Now, you'd be forgiven for thinking that we've just turned back the clock some 50 years and returned to the 1970s when everyone seems to go on strike. But here we are again, déjà vu, Groundhog Day, literally. With a national rail strike looming and murmurings that this could be a strike of attrition with a potential of 6 months longevity and other industries joining and jumping on the bandwagon, normal people like you and me are bracing ourselves for yet more uncertainty. As if Brexit, COVID, a war in Ukraine and spiralling inflation wasn't enough. We know what they want. More money. Let's face it, we all want more money. Even the person with the most money in the world, and that could be Vladimir Putin. Even he's not satisfied by the looks of things. He wants to take over the world. Now he's got nearly all the money in the world. More is never enough. In the case of the rail workers, no one is really sure how much more they actually want. Mick Lynch, the RMT boss, has kept his cards close to his chest, although rumours are circulating that it's around about 7%. Striking should surely be a last resort, but I read in the papers that the reason the unions have resorted to such action is because the government haven't come to the table, which is why no agreement has been made. But I also read the reverse to be true. Who knows? Who cares? The majority of those rail workers are paid well above the national average. This strike could actually prove to be very counterproductive. Here's the thing. If we cave to this, others who are waiting in the wings to do the same, like nurses and teachers who actually, in my view, are way more deserving. They worked tirelessly throughout the pandemic and their average wage is considerably lower than that of our rail workers. They were offered a measly 1%, but they care so much for their patients that they took it stoically and continued to work. Surely they have more of a case. The reality is that if we cave to this latest rail workers' strike, which could shrink the GDP by up to 0.4%, as 1 in 20 won't be able to get to work. If we cave, it gives the green light to others. Now, whilst I agree with the right to this form of action, I don't believe that the rail workers should be taking it, as the majority are pretty well paid. Kwasi Kwarteng accused the unions of bribing their members to strike and amassing a strike fund. Unions like Unite offering £70 a day and Unison doubling theirs to £50. Both unions with a fund of around about $34 billion each reserved for striking. He accused leaders of quietly amassing a war chest to prepare for summer strikes. He said, it's clear that they've been plotting this for some time. Looking at the figures, this plan of theirs is designed to inflict maximum damage on millions of people for as long as possible. He's the business secretary, of course. Sir Keir Starmer accused the government of putting petrol on the fire. It doesn't bear thinking how Labour would handle this one. The trade unions argue that they are working in the best interests of their members. Well, I think they're wrong. I say we sit this one out. In a shrinking industry which was bailed out during the pandemic with taxpayers' cash to the tune of £27 billion, I, for one, think that we could probably cope. The question is, how long can they?